Hi guys, I'm Charlotte. Most of you know me as Super Poison Ivy on Twitter. Sorry if my voice sounds weird. I think I've got a bit of a cold or something. But basically, I thought I'd just explain why I'm considering not only leaving the Starkid fandom but also Twitter. A few of you have probably, okay, more than a few, have probably noticed that a very big argument happened last night to do with the Starkid for Dummies stuff. Now, I'm not going to go into detail of that because that's between Jamie and like Karen and whoever else like is involved in Starkid for and Emily, whoever else is involved. But basically, I'm just a bit fed up of how pathetic these arguments are. Like, the thing is, they're nothing to do with the actual Star Kids or anything, and yet, like, Pat Brady got involved in that one yesterday, and that's just ridiculous because we're not only embarrassing ourselves, but like we're like embarrassing the Star Kid fandom as a whole. Because I mean, it's only a few of us who are arguing. Yeah, it's like, for example, Emily told me earlier, or someone did, that it's like comparing us to like the One Direction or like Justin Bieber's fandom. Like, there's only a few of them who are really annoying and ruin the whole fandom, and that's basically happening to the Star Kid one now. And I mean, I'm just pissed off because not only is this argument really pathetic, but it's like not really. No one knows what's going on, which is a bit difficult. And then there's people who are trying to explain it, but then there's others who are just like, oh, just leave it alone. It'll like die down like they all do. And it's like, okay, fair enough, but you don't get anywhere for doing that. And I'm sick and tired of defending half the people on this on Twitter because it gets me nowhere. I mean, yeah, it sort of like resolves things at the end of the day, but it doesn't fully resolve it. Like, I'm not pissed off because of Starkid for Dummies. Like, that's just like one thing that's triggered us all off. I'm just pissed off at like another 50 different arguments. And none of them have been resolved properly. And the thing is, like, Pat Brady's now noticing that we're arguing. And we don't want that happening because then the Star Kids will get involved. And like, I was reading online yesterday on the Starkid for Dummies thing, and Pat was like, I won't show the Star Kids like what you guys have written in these articles if you guys keep arguing. And it's like, no offense, Pat, we love you, but it's nothing to do with you, you know? Like, if fair enough we were like having an argument about like Joey Richter being on Glee or something, you know, that's nothing to do with us, that's to do with Joey and Glee. But like, it's to do with the Star Kid fandom, not to do with Pat Brady and the Star Kids, so yeah. And just also, I'm just fed up of like people in this fandom treating others with different respect. Like, okay, I'm 17, big deal. There's some people in the fandom who are in their 20s, and there's some who are like at the ages of 12 and stuff. So, you know, it's like a very big age gap, and basically, well, I mean, I think the ones who are like between the ages of like 15 and 25 should try and set like a bigger role model, you know? I mean, Twitter is also a really bad place to post your feelings because, you know, arguments happen really quickly with people, and like, we all become friends in it as well, but just basically people need to start growing up and start actually like defending themselves and stop like hiding behind other people to do things for them, because we're not going to get anywhere if there's like five of us dealing with the big problems and everyone else is just like, oh yeah, I agree with you guys, but I'm not going to do anything about it. I'll just leave you guys to do it. And you're not going to get anywhere by doing that. I mean, let's say what, this is a really bad example, but let's say there's like a tap and the tap is leaking and you leave the tap, you don't fix it. Over time, you know, it'll like get bigger and it'll like sort of eventually maybe flood something, you know. And okay, you can't control floods, but you know, that's because no one tried to fix the tap. It obviously overflowed. So basically, if we keep forgetting to deal with these and the less people get involved, the bigger the problem's going to get. Okay, I'm not saying I'm blaming anyone for these arguments. I'm just saying that people should start getting involved or we're never going to get on with them. And like, some people are saying if we don't get involved, it's fine because, you know, it'll be resolved in a different way, or if people don't get involved, it won't even happen. But the thing is, people have opinions, guys. Come on. Let's be realistic here, okay? This is not always about a fandom. In general, people argue all the time. And just like, I don't know, an example here. Just basically, you know, people argue all the time, they have opinions. Some people don't like Meredith, some people don't like Joey. Big deal. It's nothing to do with us. Okay, yeah, it probably affects us, or, like, we don't think it's right, not like one Starkid member and not the rest, but that's a really bad example. But basically, yeah, we have to stop being so pathetic about these and stop acting like 5-year-olds and start acting like our actual ages. Because I mean, imagine if you met the Starkids and they knew what you did on Twitter and how people react to you, and you wouldn't want them to know like how you actually are. You know, like some people hide really well behind Twitter, and they're a completely different person in person and on Twitter. So yeah, that's completely off the point. But I'm wanting to leave because I just can't deal with all these arguments anymore. Like, they start, there's a big argument and then everyone just gives up. You know, it's not completely resolved. And it's ridiculous. Like this one, I'm not part of Starkid for Dummies at all, but I was just sick and tired of people arguing, so I was like, right guys, seriously, get a grip. And like the thing is, when Pat Brady gets involved, I'm not gonna lie, I get scared. You know, I don't want to go against Pat or anything, so as soon as she speaks, I'm quiet to her. Like I won't speak to her about it. But the thing is, like, Pat doesn't know what's going on at all in this fandom, and neither do half of us. You know, like, people aren't the same on Twitter. You know, they have personal lives. Like the Starkid, you know, I mean, someone apparently stalked Jamie Lynn Beatty to her house after Leaky last year. I mean, that's ridiculous, guys. But anyway, yeah, if I leave Twitter, I leave Twitter. But I'll decide at 10 p.m. UK time. So currently it's quarter past. No, it's not quarter past 9. That can't be right. I'm pretty sure my watch is wrong time. It is. Yeah, it's like 7:30 in the UK right now. And I have an exam tomorrow, so I should be doing more important things than stressing out about a little fandom argument. But the thing is, I've seen a lot of my friends on here, and I'm not going to name names because they probably don't want me like saying who said what. But I mean, a lot of my friends have like just been getting really upset because, you know, they'd have an argument with somebody and then like nothing would happen. Or, for example, one of my friends, her account was actually suspended because of someone on Twitter, and I thought, you know, it just got suspended because sometimes Twitter does that. But she actually told me earlier that someone had actually like reported spam or something to her account, or that's what she thinks anyway, which is probably true because, you know, accounts just don't shut down randomly. But I'm not sure who's been reading my Tumblr post, but I thought I'd make a video so everyone can see it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there probably is about 20 of us who get involved in arguments all the time, and that's because we're trying to make the fandom better for everybody else. I mean, the thing is, us, the people who, like, the 20 people of us, like, some live in America, some live in Britain like I do, like I'm in Scotland. Some people live, like, in Europe, you know, we don't live in the same place, and yet we get into such big arguments with people we don't even know. And it's actually ridiculous, because we think we know them, but we don't really know them properly. And, like, the thing is, come on, we've got so many good things to look forward to. Like, those of you who are, like, going to Airport for Birds in Chicago, you've got that. Us who are going to LeakyCon in both Portland and London have got that. And, you know, Starkid will probably have, like, new shows and, like, things throughout the year. And we've also got a very part of senior year coming up somewhere next few weeks, probably. So, you know, we've got all these good things to look forward to, and we couldn't even go a month without arguing, and it's like, what, the 15th of January? I mean, come on, guys. We just started New Year. Do we really want to start with all these arguments? No, we don't. So, yeah, I'm gonna go now, but, please watch this, and if you have any, like, opinions on the argument, let me know, but I'm not gonna tell you what the actual, like, details and who was all involved, because that's up to them. But, I mean, I can't deal with this anymore, guys. I've tried, you know, and so many other people have, and I think other people have to get involved too, because we're not going to get anywhere if we just sit back and just leave it to someone else. So, yeah, let me know what you think. But if I do leave Twitter, I'm sorry, but I just can't deal with this fandom and its pathetic arguments anymore. And the thing is, though, I'm not the only one who thinks this. Like, a lot of people have said to me that they're so close to, like, quitting. Like, sorry, Abby, I'm just going to take you an example here. This is not to do with arguments, but, you know, it's a Starkid thing, Abby. You know, she's made so many videos for the Starkids last year, like, for their birthdays. Like, she made one for, like, AJ's birthday, Darren's birthday, Brian, like, Ali Faye, Ali Gordon. You know, she's made, like, birthdays for, like, every single Starkid, even Bonnie. And, like, you know, she's gotten, like, so little response for those, and just not just from the fandom, but from, like, the actual Starkids. And it's, like, the amount of effort she's put into them. Like, when I tried making Meredith's birthday video, I literally spent, like, all 2 whole days doing that, and, like, no one responded to me until, like, 5 hours later. So I was like, well, you know, I need input from you guys to make a video, and this is what Abby's needed. But, sorry for mentioning you, Abby, but, yeah. And other friends of mine have been, like, really upset by people in the fandom, and, like, no one cares, you know? It's really pathetic, guys. I mean, we're not 5, come on. We're like, what, 12, 17, 15, 20 something, you know? And we should stop, okay, one thing we should stop doing is saying things like, oh yeah, I love, like, so-and-so more than all of you guys. Like, none of us know how much a certain Starkid, or the whole team, mean to one person. And, like, also, some people in the fandom are known as famous, okay? There's no one famous in this fandom. Okay, we're not like Tyler Oakley, and, you know, he's pretty famous, like, all the Glee fans and other people. You know, we're not famous like that. I mean, it's ridiculous saying, like, oh yeah, so-and-so is a bigger fan because they've met the Starkids, or they've been to this show, or, you know, they've been a Starkid fan for 3 years. I mean, I've been a fan for 3 years. Doesn't mean I'm a bigger fan than someone who's been a fan for a day. But yeah, there's no such thing as like people loving other Starkids more than anybody else, because you don't know how much they love that Starkid, and also, you know, age doesn't matter at all. Like, I mean, I'm 17, big deal. I look like I'm 12 anyway, but like, you can't tell me that I'm more important or like I should be more respected because I'm older than like 12-year-olds. I mean, come on, we're all the same if you think about it. We all act at the same age in this fandom, and that age is 5. But yeah, I'm going to stop this video now because it's like, what, 10 minutes long, and you're probably not going to watch the whole thing. But, yeah, if I leave, you know, if you want to stay in contact with me, I'll like, private message you, like, Facebook or my number or something. But, and if I do, here's another thing, if I do leave, I'm not coming back. So just know that. But, I'm not blaming anybody in particular, although there are some people who, I'm just going to say it now, are usually the main causes of these arguments. So, yeah, you might want to try and stop doing that. Would be useful. I might post something later and try to like organize something, but I mean, I don't want to go because I've made so many good friendships here than I have in real life. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like people in my real life, but you know, they're not as nice as you guys. So yeah, let me know what you think and tweet me and stuff. But I'd really honestly appreciate it if everybody stops being a turtle. You know, like turtles have like little shells. They can hide in their shells when they don't want to deal with things. Stop hiding in your shells, guys, and get the fuck out of them, and start standing up for not only yourself, but your friends and the fandom as a whole. Because, I mean, I can't do it all myself. And, you know, there's like about 10 people in this fandom, including myself, who like do everything. Like, they organize things, they like fight for people, they fight against people, you know, they deal with things that no one else wants to deal with. And it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter if you're from America, Britain, Germany, France, you know, Australia, New Zealand. It doesn't matter where you're from. Okay, we're all equal in this fandom. Doesn't matter what age we are, how much we've known the Starkids and stuff, okay? Doesn't matter if we've met the Starkids, doesn't matter if we haven't met the Starkids. Doesn't matter if we met them through Darren Unkley like I did, you know, big deal. It doesn't matter at all. So, yeah, 12 minutes long. Wow, it's a long video. Sorry if my voice sounds really weird. I think I've swallowed something wrong and it's altered my voice, but yeah, bye guys!